Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Lanmou Spiritual. This is a general career reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for March. Ooh, that was fast. For March 2020. And we are using the Akashic Tarot. And I must tell you, Scorpio, that I noticed that this reading, even though I want to focus on career and finances, despite what's going on in the world, as I promised you guys earlier on, since beginning of the year, that we would shift it for the third week to be focused on career and finances. But I noticed that there's a lot more general messages with emphasis on career, but it's all encompassing. So please do not be alarmed if your message is more closer to other areas of your life. But I can see right up front here, it's not. It's very much so focused on career, and we're asking the same questions. What do you need to know? Okay, what do you need to know? And look at here. At the bottom of the deck, the Akashic Tarot, we have the lookout. There's a shipwreck happening here, okay? This is a warning, number 17. Major Arcana number 17 here. Someone is trying to escape. There's a fire burning here on deck. There's a fire on deck. Okay, look out. There's emergency happening here. So this is the things here in regards to your career. There's a sense of urgency. Okay, something has gone wrong here. Okay, things are not what they should be. There's an emergency situation that needs to be addressed right away. People need to have an escape, to make an escape out of this. Okay, or to take out that fire. Okay, take out that fire, save the ship, save your lives, or abandon ship if it's impossible to recover, to maintain the integrity of this vessel here. It's time to take away, to make a break of it forward. Okay, and I'm being focusing so much on this because, like, I haven't even looked at this for you, Scorpio, the card that actually came out for you. But this is number 17, and it drills down to an 8. And we know, Scorpio, you rule the 8th house. Okay, 8th house of transformation, of death and rebirth. So there is a thing here coming to an end. There's something, like, in regards to your finances, like something that was before a career, a way of making a living, perhaps even some of you, it may be your saving. Okay, your life saving, something is being exhausted here, something is being burned down here. There's an ending that's taking place in order for a new beginning to be ushered forward. It's kind of like sometimes when we're very comfortable in a job, in a position, in a certain way of doing things, that it's working out, it's good enough for now, it's paying my bills, even though, like, instinct, your intuition has been telling you, okay, it's time to start working towards your goals. It's time to start working toward your passions. And then you're like, okay, I don't have the time because this needs me, I need to go to work, and this is the work that pay my bills, I need to stay here. And when you keep getting that whisper, that intuition, that little nagging feelings, and you keep ignoring it and doing the same old, at some level, at some point, spirit is going to just, okay, so start ringing the alarm. Okay, the whisper is gonna get louder to the point where it's a full-blown emergency alarm, where you have to make a decision, you have to step out. And I feel like for some of you, Scorpio, that's what that's part of that transformation that's taking place for you here. You have been ignoring the calls for so long. Now it's a blazing alarm. Okay, a fire on deck. Okay, and here we have number 18, up in the air. Number 18, up in the air. It's just kind of like the phrase goes, it's like, how's everything? Everything is up in the air. And I feel like during this time, all of us, all over the world, we are going through the same experience. Okay, especially for those of you, it's about your investment here, like a business that you started, or your job that's being tossed out. You know, perhaps your company is about to start laying people off because of the financial setbacks that's we're all going to experience because of this pandemic. What's the future holds? What are we going to work on? It's all up in the air. We don't know. We don't know how long this will take. How fast can we recover? It depends on how long this takes. It depends on what our leadership is doing, right? The people that's governing wherever it is that you may be living in this world. It depends. A lot of it is really not in our control. Yeah, there are things we can do to protect ourselves. The way we respond to it is important, you know, but at the same time, there's quite a bit that is not completely within our control. So there's a lot of things that are up in the air. And for some of you, also Scorpio, I feel like there's a sense of almost like of exasperation is coming through, but it's more like resignation, right? There's a sense of resignation, as in, okay, I was trying to do it my way. I felt like I knew. I thought that I knew. I thought that I was being cautious. I thought that I had all the, I had all the, what's the word? Like, I made all the preparations, right? To make sure that things go in a certain ways. But I guess it wasn't good enough. Like, you resigning yourself to seeing that your plan was not the plan. Like, your plan just was not cutting it, or your plan got outsmarted, or your plan got booted out, or your plan, excuse me, because of events outside of your control, kind of like just completely went awire. Now it's time to adapt, to adjust. So you are literally like resigning yourself to praying, manifesting in you with up in the air. There's a sense like, they're looking up to that balloon. Is that balloon just a fun balloon, or is that balloon a grenade that's about to explode? There's a sense of like some of you are waiting for things to just blow up, to just blow out. You're just waiting for it. Okay, at this point, just let it happen. Just burn it all down so I can start the recovering process. For some of you, Scorpio, that's indeed what I'm seeing here. And yes, for some of you, it's looking up to the heavens, looking up to something here. Shifting perspective, okay, not looking just down, like keeping your eyes down, on your desk, doing the same old, keeping your heads down and not paying attention to what's going around you. It's like we all have to look up. For some of you, Scorpio, realizing like you have to look up. You have to look up during this time. You have to look up to see what else is happening. You have to look up to pay attention. Oh, what about the people around you? It's not just you who's miserable at this job, or it's not just you who's also losing in your investment. It's not just you, perhaps, who don't even know whether or not you're gonna have a job in 4 weeks' time. That level of uncertainty and insecurity, especially financially, like you're looking up now. You're looking up to a different perspective. You're looking up to perhaps even what's possible, okay? The possibility that may come after this completion. 18 drills down to a 9 here, a state of completion. And that's why I get that feeling that some of you are just waiting for that thing to just pop, for that balloon to just pop, for things to just blow over so you can start, okay? And here we have the King of Keys. The King of Keys is a very industrious man, the King of Keys. Someone who really knows how to follow their passion and to take action on them, to manifest, and also to make sure to take the necessary steps to realize them. Look at that red garment on the horse here. So there's a sense of, there's a lot of passion here, okay? There's fire energy here, head held high, at pace. There's no rush here. Passion, but it's like it's a control passion, right? This is not a fire that's raging through, that's out of control. This is not, I'm sorry, this is not this energy. This is like control passion here, okay? This is like a very learned person, industrious person. So whatever blows out here, Scorpio, I feel like you're going to recover pretty nicely, okay? You're going to step up to the plate. You're going to be able to know, because I feel like some of you already have the passion. You already are in the know as to, it's like, you ever get asked this question, if you knew you could achieve your wildest dream, if you knew you would be supported, if you knew you would have the resources to do what you truly desire with your life, regardless if it's in career or the way you live your life, or even your family, planning the way you live, period. If you knew, okay, you would be supported, you would have all the resources available, what would you do? What decision? What would you do differently today? What decision would you make differently today? Which path would you follow today? And for some of you, it's like you already know that. You wouldn't have to think too hard to answer that question. Okay? So when that blowout happened, when you have that ship starts sinking and you have to save yourself, like when you start looking, it won't take very long, because this is major arcana number 17 and this is major arcana number 18. That's how quick you're going to recover. That's what's facing you. And this is where we start the reading. Looking up. Next. Oh, this burned out. Okay, so what am I gonna do? You're not gonna dwell on it, Scorpio. You're gonna move on straight on to, okay, so what else is possible here? So I need this to take over. So it burned. Okay, is it completely burned now? Is everyone safe? Do we need to clean up whatever needs to be done? Okay, so let this balloon pop. That lets that completion happen, completely happen. On to the next. Okay, on to the next. Just like we see that with that King of Keys here, looking towards the future. Looking towards the future, on to the next. And do you see what's towards the future for that King of Keys? What they're working towards? Building, facing excuse me, intricacies in industry. Literally, building, looking forward to what's my next adventure? What's my next project? What am I going to work on next? Okay? And we know seven of schools is it's a card of learning, someone who have a lot of skills, right? Someone here, especially in this card, we see someone here who's by themselves. They're building by themselves, but I'm pretty sure they have some level of support, or they know they're so strong and confident in who they are that they can undertake this big project. It looks like it's a church here, the facade of a church that's being built here. Okay, so there's a sense here, you're not going to dwell on it. There is a shakeup happening in your world right now, especially in your financial world, Scorpio. It's going to allow you, and I'm going to look up something in the book very quickly for you guys. It's going to allow you, this is the Akashic Tarot. It's going to allow you to start something new here that's going to be more in alignment with your passion. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read for you from Up in the Air, because there's something here. There's something that's missing that you need to hear, Scorpio. So here we go, and it says, during this time of your life, there are aspects of an important situation that seem hidden to you. You may feel a strong, almost urgent desire to know how it's going to turn out. You can connect with your spirit guides and the Akashic records and ask for a little insight. But there are elements that are unknown and at this time unknowable. There is too much about this situation that is still up in the air. This could be due to the influence of others who are undecided, or some events may not have yet come to pass, or unexpected discoveries are yet to be made. We talked about that. Trust is the only way for you now. If you push too hard to know or to influence the outcome, you might push that outcome away. Let go of all urgency and give the situation to your higher infinite self, who will take care of it all. Okay? Let go of all urgency and give this situation to your higher infinite self, who will take care of it all. Time is required to know more about this matter. And time doesn't matter to your eternal self, whose power and love are always with you, for now and indeed forever. What else do you need? Nothing but trust, the deepest knowing that all you seek will be revealed to you in the right time. Yes, yes, yes. And that is for you on the personal level, and also in the most in the public level, right? In the most in the collective level, because there's so much uncertainty happening here, whatever it is. And that is what that needed to be stressed out here for you, Scorpio. Trust is needed because things are up in the air. There's a lot that we do not know, right? We have to allow for that fire to take place, for that shakedown to happen, for that we're in a transition process right now, all of us as a collective. We have to allow for that transition to take place, for things to fall as where they may, before we can pick up the pieces. But as soon as that blow up happened, that balloon pop, that completion takes place, okay, that 18 turns into a 9, that completion takes place, you will be on your way, okay, with the King of Keys here. You will be well on your way and ready and knowing what exactly where you need to head on. You will be guided to your North Star. You will be guided to your passion, okay, and start building quite right away. So you can trust, okay, Scorpio. If you've been having doubt, if you've been feeling anxiety, okay, and there's a certain level of anxiety with everything happening here, not just for health and safety, but okay, then what happens next? What happens next? Okay, let's say we recover, we get this under control. What happens next? Okay, there's going to be a fallout from this. So trust, and that's what they wanted me to see here for you guys. And I read that sentence again. Just a sense to trust in that things that you don't know right now. There's a reason for it. Everyone, we are all on our own personal journey, and we are being affected by other people's journey, and there are decisions that need to be made. There are things that have not yet been decided, okay? That needs to be decided, okay? Because we still have free will. There are people that need to choose a path. Based on their path, it may close out certain options, right? So there are things that are still up in the air, but trust and believe. Have faith in that, Scorpio. When this blows out, just as fast as that emergency came through, is as fast as it will blow out, and you will be on your way to recover whatever losses that took place here, okay? And we have our first, oh, of course, look at this, the magician. Yes, yes, yes. And we're talking about that, looking up for opportunities, looking up to manifest new things, looking up, also waiting to see, to shift perspective, right? And this is what we have, the magician, as above so below, right? We are right here having this physical experience, understanding that we have it on an aspect of ourselves, right? No matter how bad things may be down here, we can draw from above, okay? We can draw from above because we have access to that. This is the Akashic Tarot. We have access to the Akashic Tarot records. We have access to infinite wisdom, infinite abundance, okay? We have access to that through manifesting, through connecting and prayers and meditating, okay? Reaching out to our divine team, to God, to your spirit guides, to your ancestors. You can create whatever is new. That's what I'm telling you, Scorpio. As soon as this completion takes place, you start with a 1. You're gonna be manifesting. You'll be at the ready. That answer, you already have it ready. You already know where, when, how, okay? You may not know when, but you already know what, at least. What do you want? What do you desire? What do you truly desire? What is it that you would like to work on? You have this. Let's see here. We're going to go on the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. Clarification for Scorpio on the 7 of Swords. Clarification for Scorpio on the 7 of Swords. Yeah, the recovering period is not going to be very long for you, Scorpio, okay? At the very least, you starting to work on it is not going to take very long. We have the flipper here. Here we have the 5 of Cups. And 5 of Cups is a card of looking at the glass half empty instead of a glass half full. So for some of you, Scorpio, 5 of Cups is about emotions, right? About emotions, and it's coming out with the Lovers. There's 2 aspects to this message. The first one that's coming through for you, there's a sense here, some of you, the choices that will be available for you, you may not be too happy about them. But you're not going to linger on it either. You may not be too happy about them. You may feel the pain of it all. It's not gonna be kind of like, oh, okay, I already know which way I want to go. Yeah, I'm happy, excited. No, there's gonna be a little bit of disappointment, emotional disappointment that's attached to that, okay? Whether it's because that the options available to you, the paths that will be opening up to you, or the fact that you have to start over again from scratch, not being able to recover any part of this vessel, having to recover from scratch to build from the ground up, like we see here in this card, okay? Or whether it's because that there's a union here, okay? Because we see that person working by themselves on that 7 of Swords, working by themselves, literally building from the ground up. Whether it's because of that, the disappointment, or that there is a union in regards to love. This is the card of the Lovers in the tarot, also the card of Gemini. Whether it's because of there's a union that may bring disappointment, okay? There's a union here that may be strained. And let's see, look at this. At the bottom of the deck here, we have 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, the 2 of Pentacles is a card of choice, balancing things out. And the sea is very choppy here in that bad. Things are being balanced out. Decisions are being made right now, okay? It has not yet been decided. People are trying to find their balance. Look at behind them, and the sea is choppy here, okay? It's like it's not smooth. It's not smooth sailing at all. And we have a full on fire burning in that lookout card. So take your time, be patient, know in the knowing, and have faith and trust that everything will work out for your best and highest good. Okay? Be patient with yourself. Be loving with yourself and to those around you. Especially for those of you that have kids, and I have to tell myself that as well. I'm not preaching to you guys, believe me. I'm just allowing the message to come through, and it's been very consistent so far for all the signs. The Caduceus, you will receive news from afar. You will receive news from afar, and the Caduceus, that's a symbol of health, right? That's a symbol that we see on all the health things. I'm gonna read those for you. Actually, I'm not even gonna bother with this one. You will receive news from afar, and that has to do with news about health, what's going on right now in the world. It's coming all the way from the east, right, from China, for those of us that are in the United States here. And that news is really creating a lot of like that big shake up. It's part of that news. That's what you're facing you, right? We have this facing you, coming out with the lookout. There's a sense of an emergency here, right? A health emergency happening. That news has already come through for you, Scorpio. It's come through for all of us, for that matter. And here we have the Maiden. A new relationship blossoms, right? Out of this news, out of that emergency situation, out of that pandemic, a new thing's gonna start, right? We're gonna have to build a new. We know that here. A new relationship blossom. We're talking about finances. We're talking about like life right now. And the Wizard, use your skills to aid others. Yes, use your skills. Be the magician. You're the Wizard. You can do that. You be the magician. Use your magical skills, because the magician, they really are wizard. Not only that, do they are they have the power of manifestation, but also look at everything else the magician have here. They're not just drawing energy and inspiration and knowledge and wisdom from and guidance from above, right, from the divine, from the spirit guides, from the Akashic records, but they're also using the tools down below, the tools that we have available to us here. They have the swords, the mind, the intellect, like the communication, self-expression, knowledge with the swords. They have the cups, which is about our emotion, our intuition, our sense of creativity, right? All of these tools are there. They have the pentacles representing the resources, material, tangible resources. May that be money, things, to in order to create that thing, to create that new beginning, okay? That's going to blossom. And they have the fire here represented by the one, which is about passion and action. All right, that's spark of life. So the magician have all of those things. They are indeed the wizard, and the wizard does not use this. We are coming out of this phase of doing things just for self-interest. We are coming out of this phase of just accumulating wealth and resources and just like me attitude. The wizard is going to use. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold it so I don't hide the writing here, so you guys can see. The wizard is gonna use their skills to aid others for the benefit of everybody, for the collective. This is a new world. This is a new era we are entering. No longer can we keep our head down, focusing on those works in front of us, going through the routine, not noticing that the person next to us is falling apart. Their lives are in shambles. And perhaps there's one little thing that we can do that can make a world of a difference in their life. But we're so accustomed to live a certain way. We are so overwhelmed and overburdened by our own situation. Sometimes it's easier to just not even look their way. Okay, I'd rather not see, because if I see, maybe I won't be able to not look. I just would rather not. Like, I don't even want to know. No longer can we do that, because we know our power now. We know our full power now. We know we are the magician. We know we are the wizard. We know that we have skills. We know that we are armed, not just in this physical world, but also spiritually. And our skill set, our spiritual strength can make a big difference in the world. Keep shining your light, especially during this time. So many people are anxious, especially those people who have kids, people that are living on a low income, that are facing all these uncertainties and confusion. Keep shining your light. Be a shoulder for someone. Give a word of advice. Make someone smile, okay? And I'm telling you all this because I had to really shift my energy to come out of the anxiety, to quickly handle my own anxiety, my own stress, and to prepare so I can be balanced, so I can remain in my high vibration, so I can allow the light of the divine to shine through me for those who need it. Because ultimately that is my purpose in this life. That's why I do this work, okay? To share my light, which is from source, straight from source with you guys. And all of us, all of us carry that same light. We are drawing from that same source. So it's up to you to recognize it, to know your own power, and to exercise it, to keep working it, and to also understand this is not for personal. It's not about greed and ego. This is for all of us to be shared. Because what happens over there to these people very much so have an impact on us, matters, should matter to us. Okay, this is your reading, Scorpio. Thank you so much. We'll be having our live hangout here tomorrow, which is Sunday. I hope you stop by, and I will post a reminder tomorrow morning around the time that we'll be having it. And I'm sending you so much love. Remember to be kind, to be patient, and to be loving with yourself and those around you. Okay, and trust everything's gonna work out. Everything's gonna be okay. You are protected. You are the wizard. You can create magic for yourself and for all of us. Bye, Scorpio.